Plato, a disciple of Socrates, has quoted that Socrates hated democracy. Have you ever thought about India as a country who not only has diversity as its strength but also as one of its weakness? Develop it at this point of time so that in the later age you are able to brush up your skill.
Greetings to all the curious minds out there who took a pause to listen to something really productive. Today, we have Mr. Shrey Joshi with us. Shrey is a person who's been a part of this field since like almost 5 years now, and he's a Times of India public speaking contest speaker, a Saurashtra University debate champion, and whatnot. Additionally, he is a prominent individual in the field of eloquence, which has more than 100 plus. At the same point of time, if we talk about MUNs, Shrey has been an impeccable part of it with much of an enthusiasm, and all the people love to listen to him. So let's dive into his insights and his thoughts.
Thank you so much, Vidhi. It means a lot to me. And it's, of course, more than a privilege for me to be a part of this episode, to be a part of this team, and to be where I am right now at this moment. And thank you for the introduction. Thank you so much. And I'm more than excited to begin with.
Correct. So, first of all, let's start with something really interesting, which is what made you join Kaizen so enthusiastically?
When you talk about a particular MUN, when you talk about what makes an individual become a part of a particular team of an MUN, there are a lot of criteria which subjectively matter for every individual there. When you ask a particular individual, his or her perspective might differ from mine, and everybody has different requirements when he or she joins an MUN. Talking about me, I individually kind of consider 4 to 5 aspects, 4 to 5 general points, which I think are the basic criteria or the foundational points which every manner out there, which every individual who is an experienced as or a first timer should take in note. The first one being professionalism. When you talk about Model United Nations, it's something which asks for productivity. It's something which asks for quality. And when you want something to be that qualitative enough, you need to be professional at a point where you are able to deliver that. And professionalism does not mean having just vague promises or being at a place where you have a good social media page. It requires a certain level of dedication. It requires a certain level of sincerity towards the field, towards your work, and towards your respect. And I guess Kaizen kind of was able to attract and lure me with that aspect of it. Additionally, not only professionalism but team also was a major aspect for me. When I am signing up for a MUN, I require a team which does not support me. मुझे मेरी टीम में सिर्फ ऐसे बंदे नहीं चाहिए जो मेरी हाँ में हाँ मिलाए. मुझे ऐसे बंदे चाहिए जो अगर मैं गलत हूँ, अगर मैं कहीं जगह पर जो मेरा ओपिनियन है वो प्रॉब्लमेटिक है तो मुझे कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट भी करे. आई वॉन्ट पीपल to not be someone who just agrees around me. I want someone who helps me to go throughout the journey. And at that point of time, team as a whole lot matters significantly for my aspect. And Kaizen provided that aspect to me. Kaizen gave me a team which was evident enough for me to have a whole lot of experience, a whole lot of dedication and sincerity, and much of a motivation to work consistently. Because जब आप MUN की बात कर रहे हो तो it is not something that you are going to be at a place where you will host it in a couple of weeks or sort कि आज planning शुरू हुई और हम कल कर देंगे. That is not how it is going to happen. It is going to happen in a process where it is going to take almost more than a couple of months for you to reach at a place. And for that, professionalism as well as team is one of the major aspects, and I guess one of the not major but one of the only aspects I think. Thirdly and fourthly, if I consider Kaizen, why joining Kaizen, then I would suggest promising and supplies as the aspects. I have been through a lot of MUNs. I have gone to a lot of MUNs, maybe regional, maybe national, and MUNs are there promising you certain things, but at a point of time, due to circumstances, due to situations that are created one way or the other, on that particular day of the event, they are not able to deliver the same aspect, and they are not able to deliver what they promised you. Kaizen kind of contradicted me on that belief of mine. Kaizen gave me an assurity that नहीं, हम जो बोलेंगे वो हम आपको देंगे, हम जो बोलेंगे वो हम करके दिखाएंगे. And you are able to notice that promising attitude in the team,
To have a clarity, basically.
to have a clarity about what they want to deliver.
Correct.
उनके पास वो clarity है कि हमें delegates को at the end of the 2 days क्या सिखाना है, हम उनको किस impression के साथ छोड़ना चाहते हैं.
Correct.
And that is what I see during the training sessions. That is what I see during the mock sessions. And that is where I kind of consider that no, Kaizen is really good place for not only a EB member, not only a core committee member, but even for a first timer to grow and become a part of the MUN family. So yeah, these are the aspects which you generally take in consideration if you are looking from my point of view
Correct.
when you are joining a MUN.
Correct. So nice to listen to that. That you, what I'm taking away from this question is that you don't always need a yes man around you.
Exactly.
And people sometimes, if they don't get yes men around them, they become a little frustrative. But such a positive aspect of you also welcoming so much of those.
Thank you so much.
Next, what I want to know is, okay, from a layman's perspective, let's say, why will you tell youth to indulge into MUNs? Why?
Indulging into MUNs, I hear this a lot because when you are at a position, when you are in the core committee, a lot of people, a lot of parents, the first and foremost question that they impose in front of you is that भाई हम क्यों साइन अप करें इसके लिए, हम रजिस्टर क्यों करवाएं. ठीक है, तो मोर देन जस्टिफाइंग द फीस दैट वी हैव केप्ट फॉर रजिस्ट्रेशन, वी नीड टू जस्टिफाई व्हाई डू दे नीड टू बिकम अ पार्ट ऑफ इट. The more than the amount, we need to justify what quality we are delivering to them. Because कई लोग ऐसे हैं जो मुझे MUN में रजिस्टर करने से पहले, फॉर्म फिल करने से पहले पूछते हैं कि सर हम करवा देंगे, बट what at the end of the 2 days, what will be the output that we get?
Correct.
What will be the result that will be able to take away from this event? And when I look at Kaizen, when I look at MUNs in general from this, there are 2 aspects that you need to take in consideration, especially from a town and a city where I belong to. There are 2 aspects. The one is why you should in general join MUNs. And when you talk about in general joining MUNs, it is one of the best things that can ever happen to an individual, to a youth, to a student who is at a point where where he or she is continuously and consistently growing and evolving. So अगर आप जनरल एस्पेक्ट से बात कर रहे हो तो रिसर्च स्किल्स, आई कंसिडर रिसर्च टू बी एन एसेंशियल एलिमेंट इन एवरी इंडिविजुअल्स लाइफ. अगर आप कोई भी फील्ड ले लो, आप साइंस ले लो, आप ह्यूमैनिटीज ले लो, आप कॉमर्स ले लो, किसी भी फील्ड में एट अ पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम यू विल बी फेस टू फेस विथ अ प्लेस वेयर यू विल हैव टू रिसर्च. आपको कुछ चीज़ें ढूंढनी पड़ेगी to apply your mind. And I know that AI, artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, everything has made it a lot easy for us. But फिर भी हमें पता होना चाहिए कि what do I need to type on ChatGPT, right? So that is where the research aspect comes in place. That MUNs teach you how to, what to, and when to research. How, when, and what are 3 essential aspects of research, and MUNs take you through the same journey. When you are participating in an MUN, you get to know that I have a particular portfolio, I have a particular delegation, and for the regarding and perspective candidate, I'll have to research about the same. मुझे इसके बारे में जानना पड़ेगा, मुझे इसके बारे में नॉलेज लेना पड़ेगा, और वो उसके लिए मैं क्या करूँगा या क्या करूँगी, तो उसके लिए मैं रिसर्च करूँगा. मैं उस इंफॉर्मेशन के बारे में, वो यूट्यूब है, वो ChatGPT है, वो चाहे वेबसाइट्स ले लो आप, गूगल है, सफारी है, एनी सर्च इंजन, यू गो थ्रू इट, यू सर्फ इट, एंड देन यू आर एट अ प्लेस वेयर यू आर अवेयर अबाउट द फैक्ट दैट हाउ रिसर्च वर्क. क्योंकि अगर आप ऐसा, तो मैं बोल नहीं रहा हूँ आपको कि आप पहली साइड पे जाओगे एंड यू विल बी द बेस्ट डेलीगेट इफ यू स्पीक फ्रॉम द सेम साइड. आप पहली साइड पे गए, उसके बाद आपको पता चलेगा कि हाँ, दिस इज नॉट व्हाट आई एम आस्किंग फॉर, आई नीड टू लुक मोर. तो आपका वो जो रिसर्च का एक्सपीरियंस है, आपका रिसर्च का जो स्किल है, इट विल जस्ट स्ट्रेंथन एंड योर नॉलेज विल बी मोर डेप्थ रिगार्डिंग. For sure, you can, and exactly, perfectly put in words that it broadens your perspective. कि आपको पता है कि how there are several branches when you research a particular topic itself. And the second aspect, as I mentioned, is the elocution skills or the critical thinking. Elocutions as well as not the or but the and. I'm sorry. Critical thinking and elocution skills. Critical thinking, because I have seen a lot of YouTube videos, I have seen a lot of websites where they provide you a course of critical thinking, where they provide you a course that after the end of 2 days, 2 दिन में हम आपकी critical thinking सुधार देंगे.
And nobody will come to your mind and fix a construct. It's you who have to do it.
It's us who have to work upon it, because critical thinking is a skill. It is not a academic resolution. It is not an academic paper कि आप लोग, for example, मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ कि अगर आप एक स्कूल में पढ़ रहे हो, तो there are a couple of subjects, there are a couple of topics जो आज मैंने पढ़ लिया, कल मैंने उसकी एग्जाम दे दी, then I don't need them. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, देन आई डोंट नीड देम, क्योंकि उसके बाद 2 दिन के बाद 3 दिन के बाद एग्जाम के मैं उसको रिवाइज करने नहीं वाला हूँ. It's you or me, we both are very much acknowledge about the fact. But at the same point of time, MUN puts you at a place where it improves your critical thinking because it works on critical thinking as a skill. It works on critical thinking कि भाई ऐसा नहीं है कि हम आप लोगों को सिर्फ एक दिन बोलेंगे और कल हम इस चीज़ को हटा देंगे. Critical thinking as a skill is when worked upon, it is then when it starts developing.
Develops throughout the years. You know?
It develops throughout the year and develops with consistency.
Correct.
It is not something कि मैंने एक दिन का कोर्स ले लिया तो now I'm a person who is able to think critically. And everybody, even after such a long experience, you and me are able to witness the fact कि there are situations where we are not able to think critically, right? So MUNs provide you that platform. And when you are put in a situation where from the IP during the press conference you are asked a question, when you are face to face with a scenario which you are really not aware about, you were completely shocked at that point of time, and at that moment your critical thinking comes into play that नहीं अब मैं क्या आंसर करूंगा, अब इसके बारे में what. When as a delegate of Syria or a delegate of Iran or Egypt, when you are asked what are your views about violence, what are your views about terrorism, at that point of time you are like कि नहीं अब मुझे मेरी thinking इस चीज़ में लानी पड़ेगी. May it be as a delegate of Asaduddin Owaisi, may it be as a delegate of Smriti Irani, may it be as a delegate of Rahul Gandhi. Take any of the Indian politician. There are a lot of things which we are unaware about. मैं उसके लिए 10 दिन नहीं 10 महीने रिसर्च करूंगा, फिर भी on that particular day उस वक्त मेरे को लगेगा कि नहीं this is where I'm lacking, ये चीज़ मुझे पता नहीं थी. So that is what it improves. And MUNs in Rajkot more essential and most essential because of 2 reasons. One being exposure and second one being opportunities.
Yeah.
Exposure and opportunities. Why? Exposure की जब आप बात कर रहे हो तो राजकोट is a place has a lot of value. It has a lot of credential potential which it is ready to offer to the world. It is ready to offer to the nation itself. क्योंकि I see a lot of delegates in front of me who are worth going to the Delhi circuit, who I know will be able to make it to the Delhi circuit. But उसके लिए exposure मिलना ज़रूरी है. अगर आप बहुत अच्छे delegate हो तो मुझे तब पता चलेगा जब आप MUNs में participate करोगे. अगर आपको इंडियन पॉलिटिक्स में इंटरेस्ट है, इफ यू आर अ पर्सन हु इज वेरी मच एक्नॉलेज विथ द कॉन्सेप्ट, विथ द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ इंडियन पॉलिटिक्स, विथ द मॉडल ऑफ इंडियन पॉलिटिक्स, तो आई विल बी एबल टू ट्रस्ट यू, आई विल बी एबल टू गो थ्रू एंड be acknowledged with your talent, your skill, your ability when you participate. जब आप इस इवेंट में, जब आप इस जगह पर आओगे, जब आप इसके बारे में बात करोगे, दूसरे लोगों से सोशलाइज करोगे, आप जैसा आप अपने अलावा जो ग्रुप है उसके साथ जब आप इंटरेक्ट करोगे, तब पता चलेगा कि नो यू आर एबल टू हैव दैट कैपेबिलिटी वेयर यू विल बी एबल टू डिलीवर for you as an individual and for anyone whom you are representing. So exposure is one thing as I talked about, and second one being opportunity. Rajkot as a place, I think at even this point of time, even though it is moving towards intense development and progression as we can see in recent times, at the same point of time, at a place, I think it minutely lacks the sense of debating culture. It lacks the sense of argue facts. It lacks the sense of discussions, debates. You can take any form of elocution skills. हम लोग स्कूल्स में होते हैं तो वी हैव एलोक्यूशन कॉम्पिटिशंस, बट दे आर ओनली फॉर अ कपल ऑफ वीक्स. ठीक है, मैं जब स्कूल में था तो आई हैड अ एलोक्यूशन कॉम्पिटिशन फॉर विच आई वॉज पैशनेटली वर्किंग फॉर ऑलमोस्ट 2 weeks, बट उस 2 महीने और उस 2 week के बाद देयर इज नथिंग. उसके बाद अगले साल जब हाँ यू मूव आउट ऑफ इट, अगले साल जब कंपटीशन आएगी तब देख लेंगे. सो आई काइंड ऑफ फाइंड दैट टू बी अ लैकिंग एस्पेक्ट इन राजकोट, बिकॉज राजकोट इज नॉट अ प्लेस which offers you monthly MUNs. It is not a place which offers you monthly debate competitions. कॉलेज का फेस्ट चल रहा है तो आप जा पाओगे, कॉलेज की इवेंट चल रही है तो आप जा पाओगे, अगर कोई प्राइवेट इंस्टीट्यूशन है उसका कोई कंपटीशन चल रहा है तो आप जा पाओगे, पार्टिसिपेट कर पाओगे. बट उसके अलावा क्या, व्हाट ऑन डेली बेसिस? आई गेस क्लोज टू नथिंग. बिकॉज आप डिबेट कल्चर के लिए, आप डिस्कशन कल्चर के लिए, आप एक डिप्लोमेसी के लिए राजकोट में हर रोज हर एक दिन कुछ नया नहीं सीख रहे हो. एंड MUNs आर एन एस्पेक्ट विच आर क्लोजर टू दैट. वो आपको भले ही हर रोज नहीं पर एटलीस्ट हर महीने या हर 2 महीने कुछ सिखा रही है. And that is why MUNs in general and especially in Rajkot are one of the most essential and one of the most must do things, you can say. And if you take a general aspect, if you ask me that what is your one takeaway from this, then it would be elocution and orator skills. when you speak, when you have the ability to speak and deliver your perspective and your point of view in front of almost more than 100 people, then you are able to reach at a place where you'll be able to share your views, share your ideas, share your ideologies. And I guess that is what every human being has a foresight about, कि भाई I should be at a place where I am expressible enough कि मैं बात कर पाऊँ, मैं कुछ डिस्कस कर पाऊँ किसी चीज़ के बारे में. So that is one of the major aspects and one of my takeaways from why to do MWins, the significance of MWins.
Such great insights. Like, I really feel living in the same city as we do, I feel sometimes if I want to converse, I need to find people.
Exactly.
You know, being same age, I can't talk to a friend because we are not similar on a mental meter.
Mental meter.
Correct? So
Exactly.
Such a beautiful
Perfect.
I got to know that you are more of an Indian committee speaker and you are more indulged into it. So the question which has become the talk of the town, do you think that India is moving towards a dictatorship or India is still a democracy? Like, your views on it?
See, whether India is moving towards dictatorship or is it still in the race of democracy is, I guess, much of a controversial views or a much of a controversial topic in general. So rather than talking about the typical controversy, let me address you the topic of democracy and dictatorship. So what happens with dictatorship and democracy is that throughout our life we have seen media neglecting, ignoring and kind of painting a bad picture of dictatorship in general. ठीक है, हम बात करते हैं कि मीडिया न्यूट्रल है, मीडिया नॉन बायस्ड है, बट इज इट इन फॉर रियल? बिकॉज अगर आप मीडिया को देखते हो तो डिक्टेटरशिप हैज ऑलवेज बीन पोर्ट्रेड एज अ बैड इन्फ्लुएंस. इट हैज बीन ऑलवेज पोर्ट्रेड इन नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट, वेर एज इट इज नॉट द केस ऑलवेज. बिकॉज अगर आप लोग किसी भी क्रूअलिस्ट इश्यू को एक बार सब्जेक्टिवली देख सकते हो तो आई गेस डिक्टेटरशिप ऑल्सो शुड बी व्यूड इन अ वेरी न्यूट्रल एंड नॉन बायस्ड मैनर. एंड वेन यू व्यू इट, the first and foremost thing, like I researched about it a couple of months ago, I'm not sure whether I'm absolutely correct about it, but dictatorship, if you view about it, the first and foremost person that strikes my mind is Socrates. Right? If you talk about Socrates, then you take the simple example of the Parthenon. The Parthenon was a place which is known as the founder of democracy, which is known as the place who has been the leader of democracy. We have seen Barack Obama, we have seen Narendra Modi, we have seen several democratic leaders go there and click photographs. So it is a landmark of democracy.
Correct.
But at the same point of time, if you view one of the best products of Greek philosophy, who is Socrates, then Plato, a disciple of Socrates, has quoted that Socrates hated democracy. Socrates as an individual was acknowledged enough and knowledgeable enough कि उनका point of view matter करता है और करता भी था. ठीक है, हम उनकी हर एक फिलोसॉफी को हम ध्यान से पढ़ते हैं और समझते भी है. तो why shouldn't we take in this point of view of his consideration कि democracy is a pessimistic concept? He viewed democracy very pessimistically. मैं आपको एक सिंपल स्टोरी बताता हूँ. इन द बुक 6 ऑफ द रिपब्लिक, विच इज नोटेड डाउन बाय प्लेटो एंड विच इज इन विच ही कोट्स सोक्रेटिस, वो बताते हैं कि सोक्रेटिस एज एन इंडिविजुअल goes to a character which is known as, I guess, Edementus. I'm very sure. Edementus. Socrates goes to a character which is named as Edementus. उनके पास वो जाते हैं और उनको पूछते हैं कि let us consider the whole society to be a single ship. आप एक सोसाइटी को शिप की तरह कंपेयर कर लो. अब when you are on a ship, when you are a part of that ship, do you want any random person or an expertised crew who has the knowledge of seafarer to be the in charge?
Correct.
Of course it is going to be the later one. It is of course going to be the one who are experienced enough.
Correct.
So that is what a democracy and dictatorship draws a line in between. Socrates considered the fact that being at a place where you are able to vote requires a lot of knowledge. He considered voting not to be a skill but rather to be more of a knowledgeable thing, rather to be a taught aspect. It is a skill when it comes into consideration. It is more of a skill and not an intuition which is considered. ठीक है? And being at a place where you are able to vote, Socrates considered कि हर एक इंसान को knowledge होना चाहिए कि वो किसके लिए, क्यों और कब वोट कर रहा है. At that point of time, you are knowledgeable enough to really decide who the person in charge is going to be. You are known with the fact, everybody of you, not only you, everybody of us sitting here is known with the fact that dictatorships are bad. We take examples of M.K. Stalin, we take examples of Germany, and we consider that democracy is something which is the only good thing happened to the political system all over the world, and dictatorship is a very bad thing or very worse or cruel thing. But no, you take the example of Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso as a country has developed metaphorically and has developed in a major intense manner during the rule of Thomas Sankara. Have you heard about Thomas Sankara? You might have not heard about him. Why? Because this is what media has been doing. Throughout the knowledge research, throughout the intense skill research, we have never known about Thomas Sankara because he is one of the prominent dictators. He is known as the best dictator in the whole world, and he has been a part of Burkina Faso for almost, I guess, more than 3 consecutive terms. He was elected as a leader, then उसके बाद उन्होंने dictatorship impose कर दी, and then he worked for people's progress. उन्होंने काम ही उनके लिए किया जो वो जानते थे. He himself was a labor class individual. He knew what the people of his country required. उन्होंने काम किया. चलो, let keep aside Burkina Faso. You take the example of we can say Joseph Broz Fito. Joseph Broz Fito, Joseph Broz, I'm not sure about his last name, but it is Joseph Broz. You take his example. He also is one of the dictators who worked in order to develop his nation and worked in order for the progress of his nation. So, dictatorship and democracy both should be discussed and debated about, but at the same point of time, you have to be at a place where you are able to have the perspective of both of it. आपको दोनों एस्पेक्ट के बारे में जान होनी चाहिए, तब आप जाके उसके बारे में आप बात कर सकते हो, ठीक है. बट एट द सेम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम डेमोक्रेसी लीड्स टू बेनिफिट्स व्हिच डिक्टेटरशिप कैन नॉट, एंड डिक्टेटरशिप प्रोवाइड्स यू द प्रोज व्हिच डेमोक्रेसी कैन नॉट, एंड that is why it is a point of debate. Talking in consideration of India, I guess we are still a bit far in consideration to talk about whether India is moving towards dictatorship or not. Because if we are having the liberty to talk about that issue, we are not moving towards dictatorship.
Correct.
I guess that's all.
Makes sense.
So that is one of the major mindsets that I have regarding this issue.
So I think people need to, as per you say, people need to shift their thinking of, okay, I'm not being ruthless towards only this point, or I'll be very much good towards this point. They need to sit and equally neutralize the fact so that there comes a saturation point of both the topics.
A subjective point for both of the aspects. Exactly.
Okay. So my next question is that when you look at India, as we said, in a completely neutral manner, that was my next question. When you look at India in a completely neutral manner, regardless of any bias you take, maybe gender bias or whatever kind of political bias, as we say, any kind of bias, then as a young mind, when you are able to sit and neutralize the fact, what do you think is a central issue that is holding our nation back? Like we've seen development on a crazy level, to be informal, but what is still one thing as per you that is still holding our nation back in your terms?
Holding our nation back, something which hinders India's progress, something which has been India's not only problem but a hurdle obstacle for India since a lot of years.
Correct.
Since almost its independence. There is only one word, and I also term this word to be the root cause of several problems, and that is population. I have a point of view, I have a perspective, and I have a theory where I am able to link each and every single issue and each and every single concern of India to the root cause of being population as a problem. Population में मैं आपको क्या बात करना चाहता हूँ इसकी, when you are in a strength which cannot be controlled, in a strength which cannot be managed, तो एजुकेशन को साइड में रख दो आप लोग, आप लिटरेसी को साइड में रख दो, आप पॉवर्टी को साइड में रखो, आप उस पॉपुलेशन तक रीच आउट कैसे करोगे? मैं आपको ये बोल रहा हूँ. इवन टुडे देयर आर सेवरल एरियाज विच आर नॉन अर्बन इन इंडिया. we are not even able to reach individually and manually to that particular remote areas, right? There are villages in India, there are rural areas in India which we are not able to step into and उनकी डेवलपमेंट की बात तो छोड़ो, उनके पॉवर्टी को क्योर करने की बात छोड़ो, हम उधर पहुंच भी नहीं पा रहे हैं. एंड दैट इज नॉट ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ पॉपुलेशन, दैट इज ऑल्सो बिकॉज ऑफ सेवरल अदर एस्पेक्ट्स, बट पॉपुलेशन प्लेज अ मेजर रोल. बिकॉज आप पॉपुलेशन की बात करते हो तो यू रियलाइज द फैक्ट दैट वो जो रीचिंग एडिक्वेसी है ना, जो आप उधर पहुंच के उनको डिलीवर कर पाओ, उनको आप बोल पाओ, उनसे बात कर पाओ, दैट चेंजेस एज अ होल. द कनेक्ट चेंजेस एज अ होल. मैं आपको ये बोलना चाहता हूँ कि for example, let me give you a country which has 200 delegates and let me take a country which have 500 delegates. तो आपको वो जो मेरे पास जो 300 और बंदे हैं, मेरे पास जो 300 की ज़्यादा पॉपुलेशन है, वहाँ तक पहुँचने में, उनके साथ बात करने में, उनको समझाने में मेरा जो वक्त जाएगा, उसमें आप कहाँ से कहाँ पहुँच जाओगे वो मैं जानता हूँ. ठीक है. सो दैट इज हाउ पॉपुलेशन नॉट ओनली हिंडर्स बट पॉपुलेशन impacts. I know that this might be a controversial point of view of mine, but I have had this perspective since a very long time and it is a very firm bias for me, I can consider. Have you ever thought India's diversity, we all know that India's diversity is its strength. हम लोग बहुत सारी जगहों पर सुनते आए हैं कि डाइवर्सिटी इज स्ट्रेंथ और कल्चरल डाइवर्सिटी, सोशल डाइवर्सिटी, कुछ भी ले लो आप. बट हैव यू एवर थॉट अबाउट इंडिया एज अ कंट्री who not only has diversity as its strength but also as one of its weakness? Have you ever thought about it? Because अगर आप उस एस्पेक्ट से सोचोगे तो you'll realize कि yes it is a fact. आप इलेक्शन ही देख लो. चलिए, लेट अस टेक इलेक्शंस. व्हाई द भारतीय जनता पार्टी इज नॉट एबल टू टेक अ मेजॉरिटी ऑफ सीट्स इन द साउथ ऑफ इंडिया? व्हाई? बिकॉज उधर जो उनका रीच है, उधर उनकी जो पब्लिक की पॉलिसी है, उधर उनका जो माइंडसेट है, उधर जो सिटीजन्स है, उनका जो प्रॉमिसिंग नेचर है, उनका जो रिक्वायरमेंट है, वो बहुत अलग है नॉर्दर्न इंडिया से, ईस्टर्न और वेस्टर्न इंडिया से. ठीक है. तो अगर आप इंडिया को एज अ होल देखोगे तो यू विल रियलाइज द फैक्ट दैट देयर आर अ लॉट ऑफ ग्रुप्स इंडिविजुअली वेयर यू विल हैव टू रीच टू. आप इकोनॉमिकली देख लो, आप सोशली देख लो, आप कल्चरली देख लो, कोई भी एस्पेक्ट ले लो एंड यू विल रियलाइज कि इंडिया एज अ कंट्री हैज सच अ वास्ट पॉपुलेशन, हैज सच अ वास्ट डाइवर्सिटी वेयर यू रिक्वायर more than just efforts, where you require more than intense efforts to reach to that individual. अगर आपको दो लोगों को पॉवर्टी से बाहर निकालना है, अगर आप लोगों को एक 6 साल के बच्चे को या 7 साल के बच्चे को एजुकेशन का इंपॉर्टेंस समझाना है, तो आप कुछ भी कर लो, देयर विल बी एटलीस्ट 2 to 3 इंडिविजुअल्स इन इंडिया हु वोंट बी एबल टू गेट द नॉलेज अबाउट द सेम. ठीक है. तो पॉपुलेशन एंड डाइवर्सिटी आर ऑलवेज viewed as India's strength. Whenever I hear delegates in MUNs giving their speeches starting with India is one of the most populated, India is the most populated country in the world, I don't think it is a flex. I don't think it is something that you talk about that it is one of your strengths. It is for sure one of India's strength, because you take any single country and I can guarantee that India, nobody as compared to India would have the ability to progress in such a huge population. India is a country who has made a hallmark regarding population as well as diversity. ठीक है. तो I consider population as well as diversity an aspect which has to be also, like democracy and dictatorship as you said, viewed from both perspective. दोनों तरफ से जानो, दोनों तरफ से उसके बारे में पहचानो, उसके बारे में नॉलेज गैदर आउट करो कि भाई मैं क्या सोच सकता हूँ और क्या नहीं सोच सकता हूँ. मैं हमेशा इसी माइंडसेट से सोचता हूँ, तो मैं अपना माइंडसेट बदलूंगा. पॉपुलेशन के बारे में सोचो, उसके सॉल्यूशंस निकालो, अपनी डाइवर्सिटी को कैसे आप स्ट्रेंथन कर सकते हो.
Don't you think that when you say that, you know, population has become a flex for all of us, what do you have to say when it comes to population and turning that population into quality population?
Turning the population into a quality population. What happens is that at that point of time also, I guess this not might be justified enough, but पॉपुलेशन को अगर क्वालिटी बनाना है, आपको क्वांटिफाई करना है आपको, तो फिर भी आपको रीच आउट को करना पड़ेगा. तो दैट इज माई इश्यू कि अगर आप पॉपुलेशन को रीच आउट ही नहीं कर पा रहे हो, तो हाउ विल यू ट्राई टू गेट द बेस्ट आउट ऑफ दैट पॉपुलेशन. अगर आप दो इंसान को कोई चीज पहुंचा ही नहीं पा रहे हो, तो आप उनसे कैसे एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हो कि दे गिव यू समथिंग इन रिटर्न. तो रीचिंग टू द पॉपुलेशन इज वन ऑफ द इंडियाज मेजर कंसर्न. अगर आप मुझे ये सॉल्व करके दे रहे हो कि भाई चलो, आई एम गिविंग यू अ सोल्यूशन कि आई एज रिगार्डिंग दिस पॉलिसी, इंडिया एज अ कंट्री विल बी एबल टू रीच आउट टू एवरी सिंगल इंडिविजुअल अलाइव, every individual or every citizen of the country, then I consider that India has population as its strength. रीच आउट करना सीखो, उनके पास पहुंचना सीखो, उन तक इंफॉर्मेशन पहुंचाना सीखो, तब आप
that comes to people who are already in
position. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that again, those people need to have a mindset of reaching out to public rather than having their own biases and
having their own bias.
That goes both ways. Like the provider has to provide and the person who's receiving the information has to sit back and realize.
हाँ, उनको जानना पड़ेगा कि नहीं, whatever is happening for my own good, may not be it in the short run, but in the long run it is going to be beneficial for me. So that is how it works. That population, अगर आप reach out कर पा रहे हो तो it is your strength, but अगर आप नहीं कर पा रहे हो तो it is one of your weaknesses.
Correct.
So yeah.
Nice. it's I think always a debatable
Always
answer,
a debatable
like how we
aspect.
had this thing of my thoughts as well as your
Exactly.
But we came to a saturation point where we agreed that no, the people need to change as well as the people in
Position need to
they
change.
need to come up to a point.
Exactly. Yeah. For sure.
And I think after such a long conversation that we had, I have a last question. That I mean, this question doesn't only concerns the future, but also concerns how we've evolved throughout the years, and then we talk about the future. You know, it's that what do you find is the general significance of eloquence or the general public speaking skills? Because you know, you're an, as I said in the intro, that he's an impeccable public speaker. So what do you have to say when it comes to developing those skills in the contemporary era?
In the contemporary era, I guess eloquence,
Yeah.
oratorship, your public speaking skills, your communication skills, every single aspect holds more than worth a million significance. मैं आपको ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि एट अ पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम जब इंग्लैंड में इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन आया तो एक्नॉलेजमेंट विथ मैकेनिकल नॉलेज, एक्नॉलेजमेंट विथ टेक्निकल डिटेल्स was a major need, was a major skill for the people who were living at that point of time in that part of the world. In India, overall, you may take the whole world, you may take the whole nation. I don't have any limits for the same. अगर आप बोल पा रहे हो तो आप अपनी चीज़ लोगों के सामने रख पाओगे. अगर आप अपना आइडिया, अपना पर्सपेक्टिव, अपना पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू लोगों के सामने रख पा रहे हो, then you have started, then you have initiated your path to success. And I say this with a lot of reference, with a lot of experience and with a lot of examples too. ठीक है. गुजरात में अगर आप देखो तो इन काठियावाड़ी वी हैव अ टर्म एंड वी हैव अ not a notion but a punchline which is known as कि बोले ना बोर बेचाए.
Yeah, correct.
एंड वी कंसिडर दिस टू बी अ फैक्ट कि भाई अगर आपको बोलना आ रहा है तो आप कुछ भी कर सकते हो.
Correct.
ठीक है. इफ यू आर एबल टू कन्वे योर सेल्फ देन यू आर एट अ प्लेस वेर यू विल बी एबल टू नॉट ओनली डिलीवर बट यू विल बी एट अ प्लेस वेर यू विल बी एबल टू कन्वे वॉट यू फील, वॉट यू आर गोइंग थ्रू एंड यू विल बी एबल टू एक्सप्रेस द सेम. सो having a public speaking skill, having a skill of elocution, having a skill of communication is beneficial for you because it is one of the most selfish skills you can ever have.
Yeah.
वो आपके फायदे के लिए है, वो मेरे या किसी और के फायदे, जो आपको सुन रहा है उसके फायदे के लिए बाद में है. वो पहले आपके फायदे के लिए है कि आप बोल पा रहे हो, आप अपने आप को,
Get that out of your system.
yes, you are able to get that out of your system, you are able to express this.
Correct.
So that is, I guess, and बाकी तो it's upon every single individual. अगर आपको कुछ चीज़ फायदा लग रही है एक स्किल में, एक एस्पेक्ट में, तो आप उसके लिए साइन अप कीजिए. अगर आपको नहीं लग रही है तो इट इज माई ड्यूटी टू टेल यू कि भाई दीज आर द जनरल पॉइंट्स which can be taken out. बाकी I guess that's all.
What will be your message to, let's say, 11, 12-year boy or a girl who's watching this? You want to convey that bolna is important, get it? Because at this 12, 13 years of age, you start developing thoughts in your brain. And there is a time where a person wants to convey a lot of things, but either finds shortage of words or shortage of community that is going to build up. What do you have to say to that 11, 12-year boy or a girl who's watching this too? Should you start developing it at this point of time, or what should you do in order to let people listen to you?
I would just like to say कि you as an individual know and are familiar with only 0.02% of world's population. तो आप क्या कर रहे हो, कैसा कर रहे हो, किसके सामने कर रहे हो, किसी को नहीं पड़ी है. अगर आपको लग रहा है कि इफ यू हैव द फियर ऑफ एम्बेरसमेंट, छोड़ दो. इफ यू आर शाय अबाउट द फैक्ट कि आई वोंट बी एबल टू गो ऑन द स्टेज एंड स्पीक, छोड़ दो. डेवलप इट एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम सो दैट in the later age you are able to brush up your skill. डेवलप इट राइट नाउ सो दैट अगर आप फ्यूचर में जा रहे हो तो आपको उस चीज़ पर काम करना पड़े. ऐसा ना बने कि आप 11th 12th में अगर आप उसके ऊपर काम कर लोगे तो एट अ पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम इन योर नियर फ्यूचर यू विल बी एबल टू ब्रश अप योर स्किल. आई डोंट वांट यू टू स्टार्ट आफ्टर ग्रेजुएशन. अगर आप 11th 12th में स्टार्ट कर देते हो तो ग्रेजुएशन के बाद यू विल बी एट अ प्लेस वेयर यू विल बी एबल टू से कि नो, आई एम डेवलपिंग माई पब्लिक स्पीकिंग स्किल, आई एम नॉट स्टार्टिंग विथ पब्लिक स्पीकिंग. सो start at this point of time, as this is a very cliche statement but it is what it is, that it's never too late. It's never too late. So शुरू कर दीजिए, आज नहीं तो कल, कल नहीं तो परसों. बट अगर आपको बोलना आ रहा है तो आप बहुत कुछ कर सकते हो जो आप तभी पता कर पाओगे जब आप बोलना शुरू करोगे. That's all I have to say.
Such a beautiful line. I'm taking so much from this interview. I'm going to go home and recollect the memories that we've shared. And thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shrey, for having this conversation, for giving such a productive idea about what it is. And now, when I say, because we are of the same age, so now I can connect that, the world isn't about just scrolling, it's about productive scrolling as well. So I'm going to
Great
take that
point.
home.
Great
I'm going to
point.
take that home, and yeah, I have had beautiful insights, and I hope that you had a great time.
For sure, for sure. It was a very great experience having you two as an individual here, and hope to see you in the future
Sure.
soon. And yeah, for everyone who is watching this, go on with every knowledge impact that you can take out of every single detail. Instagram पे आपको reels देख रहे हैं तो interested उन चीज़ों पर click कीजिए जो आपको लग रहा है कि they are productive enough. उन चीज़ों पर अपना ध्यान दीजिए whom you are passionate about. ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि इसी फील्ड के बारे में. Any field that you are passionate about, follow your passion. बहुत ही क्लीशे चीज़ है, but it is real once you start experiencing it.
Yeah, because it said that if you expect an 18-year-old to vote, you should expect an 18-year-old to watch and stand for what is happening.
Exactly. I guess
So,
we should
yeah.
conclude with this
Yeah.
statement that you should repeat the statement once.
I think we should repeat it. What thoughts you have?
The thing is that if you are expecting an 18-year-old individual to vote,
yeah.
then you are expecting an
Then you're
18-year-old
also-
individual to.
I think you're also expecting an 18-year-old to not only select the content that you're watching, also to build a community.
Exactly.
Because at the end, the community is built up by a person who ends up building numerous other communities.
For sure. Great. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was great having you here, and it
Likewise.
was a wonderful time.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.